Hello everyone, welcome to another video. My name is Philip, also known as PS or PS Enough. We're about to check out the top highlights of the demo scene for the year 2013. Hopefully under 10 minutes. I have a lot of demos, so I'm gonna talk a little bit faster than usual, but I hope you guys can catch up. Getting straight into it, the first demo that I wanted to show you guys is Litterae Finis by Trauma. It won the text mode demo compo of 2012. The results only come out on the first days of 2013. That's why it's released officially on 2013. A very nice text mode demo. It's always cool that they had these regular text mode demo compos every year. Shame that nowadays it's not being organized anymore, but hopefully it will come back eventually in one shape or another. Another demo that I wanted to show is also released in January. It's called This Is Revision by the Danish Underpants Brigade, and it's an invitation for revision, where we got introduced for the first time to EvilBot, which became a very iconic member of the demo scene and the revision demo party in particular. Another entry that is worth mentioning is the winner demo compo of it's the demo compo winner from Payback demo party in Finland. I was at this party, so this particular production means a little bit more to me than other ones mentioned in this video. F22.0 by Flow. It's very trippy, don't really understand what the hell is going on, but it's really cool, very tight connected music with the visuals. I really liked it, and it was a really cool party. So Payback 2013. Another cool party was Tokyo Demo Fest 2013, also happening in February, and the winner demo was Artifacts by Illogictree. Some relatively new blood, I believe, to the demo scene back then. It's really cool. It was really cool to witness this uprising on the Japanese demo scene, which these guys kind of embody it a little bit. I'm not sure if they're all Japanese or not, but I believe they are. Coming up after that, we have Revision Demo Party, of course. Always a lot of important releases coming out during the Easter weekend. The first one that I want to mention is the 64K. It's called Turtles All the Way Down. It's by Brain Control. It's pretty good 64K. It's not like mind-blowing when it came out, but it's pretty damn solid, and it was probably the best 64K of 2013. So well done, Brain Control, releasing this and winning the Revision 2013 64K compo. More stuff at Revision. We had a nice interesting demo compo on PC. Exoframe by Cocoon got second place. A pretty decent demo. This was when Cocoon sort of did like a comeback, and they were a lot more active, and this was one of the demos that was released during that period. Exoframe, pretty darn cool. The demo that ended up winning was called Five Faces by Fairlight and Cloudkicker. It was also during the period where apparently Smash and Desktop did a lot of demos together. They still do, but I think not as often as they used to do it back in 2013. But you know what they say, they were never gone. Another production from Revision that is worth mentioning is from the old school demo compo. It's called Still Rising by Vanity for the CPC, the Amstrad CPC. A lot of re-rising on the Amstrad CPC was seen after that Batman demo came out a couple years before, I believe in 2011. It seemed like it kicked up some dust on the CPC scene, and you started seeing a lot more releases, mostly on Revision. Every year seems to have a CPC release, which is pretty decent, and Still Rising was one of them from the Vanity group. The one entry that ended up winning the old school demo compo at Revision was a Dink Redux by Lemon. I believe it was a remake of their original production called Dink, with some twists to it. It was recoded from scratch by Paradroid, and this was particularly cool because it was like a comeback from the Lemon, which is a very old school group, very famous, and it's really cool that they were back active again. Everybody loved that a lot. Other things worth mentioning from Revision, they have a proper Amiga demo compo, accepting AGA stuff. The previous demo was for the Amiga OCS ECS. This one for the AGA Smoke and Mirrors by Ghostown and Loonies. pretty cool stuff. Like they bring the whole steampunk vibe into it. It's pretty nice to see specific settings getting thrown around in the demo scene. Smoke and Mirrors by Ghostown and Loonies, pretty decent production. Really liked it. Moving away from Revision, we have a few other productions worth mentioning. The first one is called One Bir, One Block Interactive Raycaster by Crescent for the Commodore 64. It's a 256-byte ray tracer or Raycaster for the Commodore 64. Got a lot of positive feedback, and I just thought it would be worth mentioning here as well. Another entry that I want to mention, but mostly because it has my music in it, it won the AOSCAL 2013 on July 2013. It's called Violent Nature by ASD, Andromeda Software Development, and my group, Minimalartifact. And I was pretty happy with this release, so I wanted to include it on this list. Another entry worth mentioning was released at the Baroque Floppy People. I believe it's a spin-off from Little Computer People or Floppy Demo Party, I don't know. It got first place. It's called Wonderland 12 by Censor Design. Censor Design is known for doing a whole series of demos called Wonderland, which are all pretty darn good, and Wonderland 12 in particular. It's pretty good. By a lot of people considered the best demo for the Commodore 64 of 2013, so I had to mention this one. Also worth mentioning is releases from Evoke. One release that got there was a 4K called Wishful Twisting by Fnuque and Loonies and TBC. Pretty nice stuff, very basic kind of intro, but really hits the spot. Both the music and the code and the design are all pretty tight. It ended up getting reworked a few years later on for the Revision 120 Hz demo compo, which I believe is using 360 VR stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Another entry from Evoke was the winner PC demo compo, Calcifer by Still. Pretty good release by Still. Around 2013, we're still doing a lot of demos using their demo tool called Tool. It's very hard. You say Still, Tool. Calcifer was pretty decent demo. It's not my favorite Still demo, but it was pretty good, and it won the Evoke demo compo. Another entry that won the Evoke demo compo and completely took the demo scene by storm was Overdrive by Titan. This was for the Sega Mega Drive, completely pushing the limits of what you could do for that platform, a real kick in the nuts to a lot of people who are playing around with the platform or other consoles in general. So pretty good release. Took them a lot of years of work to put this together, and it's really cool. I recommend everybody checking out, especially if you had a Mega Drive and you know what its capabilities supposedly are. You will be impressed by this demo. Moving on to the assembly demo compo, we had a nice 4K winning the assembly 4K compo. The 4Ks at the assembly are usually quite good, so it's nice to always check it out. HBC 00013 Highway 4K by Half Beat Cheese and Tekotuotanto won in this particular year. The demos at assembly weren't that interesting this year, so I'm gonna skip those. I'm gonna go straight into Function. Function got a very cute little winner demo called Apocalypse When by Fairlight. Has this nice, very cool smoke effect with some cars and horses, and you're seeing what it looks like. Another worth mentioning demo party is Silly Venture, which is very known in the Atari scene. I wanted to mention two demos from this particular edition of the party. The first one is ElefantaSTic by Genesis Project, just because it's so freaking cute and it still manages to display technical capabilities. I really love when the demo scene manages to merge cuteness and technical achievements at the same point, and this entry is really worth checking out. The winner entry from Silly Venture, though, is called Second Reality 2013 by Checkpoint. It's a remake from Second Reality on the PC. It's not particularly mind-blowing for me, because you already saw a similar effort being made for the Commodore 64, and the Atari is slightly more advanced than the Commodore 64 in some ways. So I wasn't that impressed, but it was still a pretty good effort from the Atari people, and worth checking out. Last but not least, I wanted to leave you with Megalactic by Schengen Allstars. It won the Ultimate Meeting 2013 demo compo and in December 2014, and its invitation for the next revision coming next year in 2014. Really cool stuff. So that's it. I hope I'm under 10 minutes. I have no idea because I didn't set a timer. Hope you guys enjoyed this little highlights video of the demo scene. As usual, I will have the playlist with all the demos coming up next. So feel free to check out the demos in their full length. Let me know what you think about my selection in particular in the comments below. If I missed a demo in particular that you really liked from 2013, please feel free to name drop it below. So see you next time. Bye bye everyone. Take care.